Hello colleagues, Helen and I are just here to give you an update of professional development that's coming up in autumn 2021. Never before have we seen such a challenging time for our schools and the communities that we serve. Whilst we've got a huge amount to offer in terms of professional development around teaching and learning, we also want to ensure that we're offering a comprehensive wellbeing offer to support you and your schools. Here's what's coming up this term. First of all, for staff mental health and wellbeing, we've got a programme called Thriving and Flourishing. We ran this programme last year in the height of the pandemic. Whilst leaders who attended were anxious to give up their time in such a difficult period, feedback told us that this programme was a lifeline, that it was some of the best CPD that they'd ever attended, and that all leaders should attend this programme at some point. Facilitated by Maggie Farrer, you'll explore ways in which you can attend your own wellbeing, create a sense of inner safety and balance, and draw on your inner resources of wholeheartedness, compassion, and resilience to lead during times of change and uncertainty. Above all, it will cultivate your practice of leadership presence, enabling you to stay grounded, cultivating your ability to skillfully respond and serve even at times of overwhelm and anxiety, something that we've all been through over the last 18 months. This programme starts on the 5th of November and you'll meet online once a month up until March 2022. This is for yourselves as head teachers, but it can also be for senior members within your team. The next programme is the Staff Wellbeing and Resilience programme. This takes place on the 17th of November. This half-day session is suitable to anyone in a senior leadership role who has overall responsibility for staff wellbeing. This half-day workshop will support your staff team to acknowledge where they are, normalise and validate their feelings, engage in psychoeducation, mental health and resilience, and develop strategies to support themselves in the short and longer term. We've also got a staff workload and wellbeing programme, and this programme will bring the DfE workload reduction toolkit to life. It'll have a strong focus on the evidence-based and effective school-based practice examples. This 6-session programme will equip senior leaders with the tools to make changes to policy and practice, impacting positively on teacher workload and wellbeing, whilst maintaining the core focus of improving pupil outcomes. Best practice guidance to support effective implementation and evaluation of impact will be a focus within all of the sessions. The 6 sessions within the programme don't need to be accessed by the same member of staff, and you can send a selection. You can choose who will attend depending on the content of the session to ensure the greatest benefit to you and your school. This starts on the 23rd of November. Now moving to our offer for pupil health, mental health and wellbeing, we've got 2 programmes that are coming up shortly. The first is an introduction to solution-focused coaching. This takes place on the morning of the 24th of November. Solution-focused coaching is a relational approach used in therapy to look for solutions with a focus on resources and past successes. This half-day workshop will give an outline of the theory of solution-focused coaching with an introduction to the solution-focused questions and techniques. This would be useful for staff in your team who have a pastoral role. And the second is regulation and relating. This takes place on the afternoon of the 24th of November. This workshop deepens understanding of how the nervous system works and how it relates to regulation and the need for co-regulation. It covers how a young person's responses and development can be affected by trauma and their attachment style. Again, this workshop would be really useful for staff within a pastoral role.
Thank you, Lauren. Moving on then to Ingenium, the professional development programme for teaching assistants. And I had to look up what Ingenium means. It means talent, which I think is just an absolutely incredible description of the teaching assistants who are the engine room of many schools, and particularly so after the last 18 months. And this is a brilliant opportunity to invest in the training, development and skills of that part of your workforce. So the programme is delivered in 6 online modules. It's been designed exclusively for teaching assistants who aren't currently on the teaching assistant apprenticeship programme. Each 2-hour module will improve TA's practice and increase confidence in effectively supporting learners in the primary classroom. The key areas covered will bring a deep understanding of a strong evidence base and will support TAs to implement the training in the classroom, working with their teachers through practical strategies. Participants will be expected to commit to trying out some of those strategies discussed in each module, and we'd recommend that participants do access the full programme, though it is possible to book sessions individually. If you are interested in this for members of your team, then please click the button on the handout that you've been sent to find out more information and to book.
At KYRA, we are a champion of growing great people into great leaders. Our commitment is to provide high quality, evidence-informed development for leaders at all levels of their career in education. We've got a range of programmes coming up to support the leaders within your school. The first of those programmes is the Developing Middle Leaders. The Developing Middle Leaders programme gives your middle leaders an opportunity to explore a range of topics, providing them with tools to begin or develop their role with confidence and expertise. This blended 5-session programme covers topics such as strategy, exploring the logic model, communication and vision, directing staff and action planning; leadership skills, looking at different leadership styles, managing change, 5 dysfunctions of a team, being curious, and coaching and mentoring; standards, data analysis and identifying quality teaching and learning; accountability, looking at observation and feedback, the Ofsted framework, challenging conversations, and curriculum and Ofsted. And the 5th and final session will be an opportunity for your middle leader to team up with an experienced middle leader from a different setting. They will act as a buddy across different subject areas. We know that collaboration is key, and working with like-minded colleagues is essential to the development of our middle leaders. Places for this programme are filling up fast, and it begins on Wednesday the 20th of October. So please do ensure that you book your place as soon as you can.
And so moving on to the programmes that we have for aspiring head teachers and new teachers, you can see there the range of opportunities that are available for new heads and those aspiring to the role. So starting at the top, the National Professional Qualification for Headship is designed for those school leaders who are or who aspire to be a head teacher or head of school with responsibility for leading a school. The existing NPQ has been reformed to accommodate the latest evidence-based findings and reflect the new head teacher standards, and the course curriculum develops skills that allow participants to be responsive to the challenges they encounter and to identify and address persistent and common issues in school leadership. The cost for this programme is £1,885, unless you are in the first 24 months enroll, in which case it is free, fully funded via the scholarship funding provided by the Department for Education. In addition to that, if your school is in the top 30th percentile for pupil premium, and you can find that list on the DfE website, or you can ask me if you're not sure, then any colleague in your school can be eligible for the funding if they are interested in NPQH as an aspiring head. In addition to NPQH, the DfE is also offering the additional support offer for those who are new to headship in their first 24 months. This offer involves local networks, bespoke online diagnostic, enhanced communities of practice, guided professional dialogue, and additional mentoring support. This includes local peer reviews and supports the application of NPQH knowledge in your own school contexts. And through this, participants will apply their NPQH knowledge and skills, thrive through building support networks, and sustain your development using social and psychological resources for leadership. Again, this programme has been designed by Maggie Farah, and we're absolutely thrilled to see this as an opportunity that's available for new head teachers. There is a cost to this, however, it's mostly applicable to new head teachers in the first 24 months in role, and it is free if you are a new head teacher in your first 24 months. The information about how to apply for both NPQH and the additional support offer is available on the handouts that you've been sent, again, if you click buttons. In Lincolnshire, if you are new to headship or head of school role in the last 12 months, then you're invited to join a network of new Lincolnshire head teachers. This is a complementary programme to both the NPQH and the DFE additional support offer, and it's designed to be very local in its context and building of networks and relationships. So this includes introductions to local leaders, local authority teams and support services, and areas covered in the sections which are very practical in their approach are leading performance management, strategic improvement planning, preparing for Ofsted, HR and staffing, and working effectively with governors. There's a cost to this if you're not a KYRA school, but for KYRA partners, you don't have to pay the £300, you can use your KYRA credits. And lastly on here, we have our Aspiring to Headship programme, the original lead links for aspiring primary and secondary head teachers. This programme supports you to develop the vision, knowledge and skills fundamental to the role of head teacher, learning from local and experienced head teachers alongside national and local leaders. Participants will leave the programme with the commitment, confidence and credibility to apply for headship, and I'm enormously proud that many of our previous participants have gone on to lead very successfully in their own schools. The programme includes 5 days of face-to-face tailored training, and participants will be expected to participate in peer-to-peer coaching, key reading and an online community as well. Again, if you're a KYRA school, you can use KYRA credits for this. On the email document, you can find the hyperlinks for more information on all of these programmes and to book a place. You'll also find more information on the eligibility criteria for funding for the national programmes. And just a final reminder about those MPQs. In case you weren't already aware, and I'm hoping very much that you are, the deadline for applications to the new suite of MPQs is Sunday the 17th of October. I'd suggest telling your teams that the deadline is actually the 15th of October, because Sunday's a really, really tricky evening to be getting a deadline met. If you still require more information about selection of programmes, appropriate participants, scholarship funding, or how to apply, check your inbox. I've probably emailed you several times with information. Also, you can visit the Teaching School Hub website by clicking on the logo here, or you can email me by clicking on the envelope. There are no silly questions. Do please get in touch if you've got any queries about participation in those MPQs, and that's all MPQs. The deadline is the 17th of October.
Thanks, Helen. And finally, colleagues, listening to you and our partners that we work with, we appreciate the pressures that you're currently facing. Time's pressured and stretched, resilience is low and priorities have shifted. We know that the development of people can feel like a real luxury right now, but it is essential to our success and making a difference. Development is a great motivator and assurance of our value and talent. Our people are our most valuable resource, and as Harvey Firestone states, the growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership. We hope this short presentation has been really useful for you. Please don't hesitate to get in touch if you've got any questions at all, and we look forward to working with you and your teams really soon.